And good morning, everyone. Well, it is our very first Monday show, and what a beautiful day it is. Of course, really wouldn't like to have rain, but it swept across the Red River Valley last night again during this harvest time. I keep telling everyone these are the spring rains that we didn't get, and it seems to be turning out that that's true. But walking over to the studio this morning from my home, it just felt like it was in May, and that fragrance and that humidity and the sun shining, it just felt like another spring rain here. Chat CANNA is taking a little bit of a format change, and we're excited about it. We're going to be bringing you some content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I see that AJ has just joined me right now, and he is apparently out in a vehicle somewhere. Harry, there we go, AJ.
Hey, how are you this morning?
I am doing great. It's a wonderful day here. We had some rain come through the valley last night. We were just talking about that and waiting for your arrival. So that's wonderful. Where are you?
I am about 6 miles from Glen Rock, Wyoming, which is town, and I am headed in from the ranch and starting my Monday.
Wonderful. Well, we hope that you first pay attention to driving and then pay a little bit of attention to us. So that's great. I was just explaining that we've got a kind of a format change for the show that we're quite excited about, and that we'll be providing some content Monday through Thursday. And today is Mondays and Wednesdays will be a little bit kind of a quickie day, a little catch up, any news that we need to talk about, and just a little bit of fun of what's going on in the hemp industry. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, of course, will be longer format shows where we're going to have guests and dig into the pressing things that are going on. So let's take another moment because you're new to the program. Veronica won't be with us today. And AJ out in Wyoming is a formulator. He's a race car driver, but he's not racing his car today. And also the father of 3 triplets, which is an unusual feat. And that keeps it. Other than that, what do you do in your spare time?
I don't know the definition of spare time, to be honest. I don't get much of that, but we certainly.
Okay, and it looks like right as we started there, we have lost him. So let's take him out of the mix and see when he comes back together there. He'll find a better spot as he's driving. AJ, if you can hear us, we've lost you. We're only seeing your face and there. Now it looks like he's back together. All right, let's get you back here.
There we go.
From my question, you bombed out there. So let's pick it up right there. But you seem like an Elon Musk guy. It's like, well, there's 24 hours in a day, but I think I can squeeze 25 or 26 into them if I try really hard. So.
Yeah, we're actually in the process of applying for our industrial hemp permit for 2021. We're going to hopefully grow like a 1/4 acre to a 1/2 acre of hemp for CBD next year.
Wonderful.
So that's
wonderful.
That's what we're working on. And speaking of hemp, some certain big news and things coming out of Eastern Europe and Poland specifically on their hemp program regs and their data from last year, right?
It is. I've got the statistics from 18 to 19, but particularly, I know what you're going through to fill out all your forms. I'm sure they're much like what we're doing here in Minnesota for next year. There's 2 things you have to do if you want to be a CBD farmer or any kind of a hemp farmer. CBD is number 1 right now in Poland, but there's 5 or 6 other things that they're raising hemp for. Here's what you do to be a CBD or hemp farmer in Poland. Number 1, you sign a written contract with a third party. So that third party might be someone like you guys or like someone like Veronica to produce a set amount of the specific crop. So it's like you said, we're going to plant an acre, a 1/2 acre, or 3 acres. The third party agrees to collect the product on a set day for a set price. Then you take that written commitment, you take it to the local authorities, and you say, I'm going to process this on his or her own farm, and only for textile chemical, pulp and paper, food, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, building material, or seed. Well, what else is there? I mean,
the only other form of hemp farming I can think of is like in situ phytoremediation.
yeah, but
Really?
that's pretty deep, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's a
so
different
that
story.
those are the two things you need to do. You need to go find somebody that says, I'm going to buy the product from you. And that apparently can be a soft agreement, the way it writes in the further article. And you then take that to the local authorities and say, this is, what we're doing. Now you're subject to getting checked. The authorities are still coming. It doesn't say here what the percent. I don't know if they're on that magic 0.3% like America is, but that's what it is. Now, last year, doing that, it was quite interesting. Of course, CBD is very popular in Europe, and Poland is trying to surpass France as being the producer of that. But most of everything that they don't pick off the field remains in the field yet, but they're starting to figure it out. So last year, out of their 7,000 or so acres that were planted, 82% went to dried flower, which of course that is the CBD trail. 13% for grain, that's the hemp seeds that come around, of course, some to plant next year, but mostly to get that hemp seed oil and the other uses of hemp seed. 3% went to short fiber, and that's really interesting, mostly to the automotive industry.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then the remaining 2% went to straw. They dry the hurd, the inside, and with that, they then take that and put it to a bedding for farm animals.
Oh, interesting. Well, it's an amazing installation. So
yeah, so it must also. I didn't think about it as a water absorption kind of a thing. So that's what they're
Sure.
that's what they're
sure.
that's what they're using their product for, and it's starting off small, but the farmers that are doing it are pushing hard, and some things that we need to look at here. Automotive, I find that I'm thinking insulation.
Yeah, I think so as well. Lightweight and very strong.
Yeah,
Hemp has an amazing affinity for tensile strength, like carbon fiber, but even stronger than carbon fiber. So that certainly could be a good application.
Yeah.
And speaking, and I know we're on a short timeline today, another interesting thing I saw this weekend that came across my news was the national legalization of cannabis that's going through the House this week. That to me seems like a bipartisan effort at the federal level to have a national legalization of cannabis. Of course, it'd be a states' rights thing after that. However, I think that we're moving in a very positive direction. I mean, we'll have to watch the House closely this week. Feelings on the topic?
Well, talking to my hemp growing partner last night, and he thinks that if it moves forward and continues to move forward, that the end will be good for us. But he thinks that it could be really tumultuous because all the different government agencies are going to then get in along the way, just like the DEA started making noise here about 3 weeks ago, and wanting to put their stamp of control on it. So I think it's going to be a rocky road. Of course, it's going to depend on where politics takes us in the next 9 weeks here. That's going to be a thing because, depending on who sweeps the House and the Senate, or even just has control of either one, that's probably going to switch any kind of decisions that are made here. But I think it's a step forward in the fact that, not too many years ago, they wouldn't talk about it. It just wasn't, even the people that were in favor of it, they would secretly kind of say, well, I'm in favor of it, but I just politically can't bring the subject up.
Definitely.
To now we can have an open discussion about it. And let's see, I think that the fact that there, no matter how you spin it, we know there are medical properties that can help you. And the big thing is, now we know there's all these other things that hemp, not the marijuana side, but we know about all these other things that hemp is bringing to the table. Why are we impeding this? Let's let this stuff start flowing. I think that that's why the people in Congress are free to speak up and say, look, we gotta fix this. Not only because there's money out there; those guys seem to like money. I don't get what they're doing in Washington, but you know, but just because we don't know, just like Poland, you know, hey, it goes to car manufacturing. Well, I got to dig into that. We're going to find out more about that.
Very interesting. You know, again, like from what I was reading, it seemed to be have a lot of bipartisan support. You know, I think that without getting too political here, that on both sides of the aisle, that you know, everybody sees the dollar signs behind it.
Exactly.
You know, there's the the valuable properties of cannabis, but in states like Wyoming, you know, we certainly have a kind of subpar performing energy sector right now, and I think they're looking at the dollar signs in Cheyenne, saying, "Hey, you know, this could be very, very beneficial." You know, for us as a state to essentially add another cornerstone of commerce.
Exactly. So, and let's figure it out. We can always put control, you know, they're great to put controls on things if they need to, but in the meantime, let's open the doors and see. Innovation is the one thing that America's really good at.
100%, definitely. And, you know, circling back to Poland on that same kind of topic, is it's very different in every other part of Europe. You know, EU countries, the UK say, hey, zero THC, absolutely zero if you want to get it here. Whereas places like Switzerland, that we're beginning to get into with our products, are saying, hey, you can import with up to 1%.
Here we go. See, so,
you know, I don't think there is a standard answer. I think that countries like Poland get it. They need to be a little bit looser with regs, but not be crazy, you know, not be Dutch, Netherlands sort of regs with cannabis. But you know, I think they have it right. You know, we work a lot with when I was in grad school, again with the sugar beets, we worked a lot with Finland too. That researches in Finland with sugar beets, and you know, they have an amazing growing season. They have a long growing season, you know, especially in northern Finland.
Yep.
And I think, you know, as the knowledge grows and this information gets out from places like Poland, that they'll be able to apply it to a lot of other countries that may be interested in the commodity, for sure.
Absolutely. And we're just moving forward, and that's what our show is all about. We're going to end it there today. We invite you back tomorrow. Veronica will be with us. We have a guest because we started this kind of at the last minute here for today. I don't have that. It'll come out later today with your invite to join us tomorrow at 10 o'clock. But just remember, 10 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've always got some Chat Canna going for you with a little bit of Have You Heard on Monday and Wednesday as we bring you some of the news. You drive safe, get it to work, get another 25 hours in today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. See ya.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.